There is a unique power in that which is real. When something is genuinely true, be it a feeling, a connection, or a purpose, no external force can diminish or destroy it. It lives in the depths of our being, untouched by superficial changes or fleeting circumstances. Let us explore 5 key truths that reveal why when it's real, nothing can. True reality is not something that can be grasped on the surface or seen with the naked eye alone. It is not the fleeting image, the passing thought, or the transient emotion that we encounter daily. Instead, it dwells in the unseen depths of our being, within the shadows of the unconscious mind, where the roots of our true self take hold. This hidden realm is often overlooked because it is not accessible through mere logic or the external senses, yet it is the foundation upon which all genuine experience is built. What is real springs forth from this deep well of meaning, where our instincts, dreams, and inner truths converge. When something arises from these profound depths, it becomes anchored in the very core of our identity. It is as if an invisible anchor holds it steady amidst the turbulent currents of life. No matter how chaotic the world around us becomes, no matter how much external noise or distraction may attempt to sway us, this reality remains immovable. It is not subject to the whims of opinion or the passage of time, because it is intertwined with the essence of our being. This anchoring quality is why authentic experiences, feelings, and connections endure beyond superficial change. Moreover, this deep anchoring gives real things a resilience that cannot be easily understood. It is not merely stubbornness or refusal to change, but a profound rootedness that arises from being truly integrated into the self. When a truth or feeling emerges from the unconscious, it carries with it a timeless quality, one that has been shaped by layers of experience, reflection, and growth beneath the surface. In this way, what is real becomes a silent force, guiding us even when we are not fully aware of it, like a river flowing beneath the ice, shaping the landscape without need for recognition. Thus, the unseen depths do more than simply contain reality. They give it life, meaning, and strength. To connect with what is real is to journey inward, to explore the hidden chambers of the soul where light and shadow coexist, and where the most profound truths dwell quietly, waiting to be acknowledged. When we are able to listen to and trust this inner depth, we find a certainty and calm that no external circumstance can shake. It is from this place that real things arise, and because they are anchored in such a deep and enduring part of ourselves, when it is real, nothing can undo it. Authenticity possesses a remarkable quality that defies the constraints of time. It is not something that fades, weakens, or becomes obsolete as the years pass. Instead, when a feeling, idea, or connection is genuinely authentic, it carries with it a kind of eternal presence that remains steadfast despite the inevitable changes life brings. Authenticity is like an ancient flame that burns quietly but persistently, untouched by the winds of circumstance or the erosion of external pressures. This enduring power comes from the fact that authenticity is rooted not in external validation or momentary impressions, but in the deep alignment between our inner truth and outward expression. When we live in harmony with who we truly are, our actions and feelings resonate on a frequency that transcends mere appearances. This resonance creates a ripple through time, touching not only the present moment but echoing into the future and even reflecting on the past. Authenticity weaves a thread through our life's tapestry that connects all moments into a coherent whole, a story that remains meaningful regardless of what else changes around it. It is also important to recognize that authenticity is not static or rigid. Rather, it is a living, breathing force that grows and evolves with us. This growth does not diminish the core truth but enriches it, adding layers of depth and understanding. Just as a tree's roots deepen and expand over the years, so too does authentic experience gain strength and wisdom with time. Because it evolves naturally, authenticity withstands the test of time better than any superficial trend or fabricated identity. When something is authentic, it remains relevant because it is alive and connected to the fundamental nature of our being. In the face of adversity, this timeless quality of authenticity reveals itself most clearly. Challenges, failures, and loss may shake the surface of our lives, but authenticity endures beneath, providing a foundation that cannot be broken. It offers a silent assurance, a quiet knowing that no matter what we encounter, we have something real to hold on to, a truth that no external force can take away. This unyielding presence is not only a source of inner peace, but also a beacon that guides us through moments of confusion and despair. Ultimately, the force of authenticity is a testament to the power of being true to oneself. It is a force that stretches beyond the limitations of time and space, because it emerges from the very core of existence. When we embrace this truth within ourselves and others, we tap into a strength that transcends the ephemeral and connects us to something far greater than the passing moments of our lives. Authenticity, then, becomes not just a personal experience, but a timeless force that shapes and sustains the human spirit. Reality, in its truest form, calls for something beyond external acknowledgement. It demands a profound inner recognition. It is not enough for something to be seen, heard, or accepted by others. For reality to take root and truly exist within us, it must be felt and embraced within the depths of our own consciousness. This internal recognition is a sacred act of witnessing ourselves with honesty, courage, and openness. Without it, reality remains distant, like a shadow on the wall, present but intangible, something we observe but do not fully grasp. When we encounter a truth, whether about the world or about ourselves, it calls for an awakening inside, a moment where the layers of denial, fear, or distraction fall away, and we stand face to face with what is. This recognition is not always comfortable. It often requires us to confront parts of ourselves we have avoided or hidden. Yet, it is through this confrontation that reality begins to reveal its power. To recognize something internally is to invite it into the very fabric of our being, allowing it to influence our thoughts, emotions, and actions in a way that external acceptance alone never can. This inner witnessing is what transforms mere knowledge into lived truth. It is the difference between hearing a story and truly understanding its meaning. When reality is recognized within, it resonates through every fiber of our existence, shifting our perspective and guiding our choices. It becomes an intimate companion on our journey, no longer something abstract or distant, but a force that shapes who we are and who we become. Without this inner recognition, even the most undeniable facts remain hollow and powerless, like words written on water. Moreover, this demand for inner recognition reveals an essential aspect of our nature, the need for authenticity and alignment. Reality cannot fully manifest in our lives unless we acknowledge it with sincerity. This means being willing to face discomfort, to question long-held beliefs, and to let go of illusions that no longer serve us. It is a courageous process of self-examination and acceptance that requires humility as well as strength. When we do this, we open the door to transformation, healing, and growth. In this light, inner recognition becomes a profound form of freedom. It frees us from the chains of denial and illusion, and invites us into a deeper relationship with ourselves and the world. It allows us to live in harmony with reality rather than in conflict with it. And when we live in such harmony, the power of reality is undeniable and unshakable. Nothing external can then erase or distort what has been truly recognized within. Thus, reality demands not just awareness, but an intimate acceptance within ourselves. It calls us to awaken, to see clearly, and to embrace with sincerity. Only then does reality cease to be something outside of us, and instead become the foundation upon which we build a life of meaning, purpose, and truth. There is a profound paradox at the heart of what it means to be truly strong, a paradox that reveals strength not as the absence of vulnerability, but rather as its fullest expression. To be vulnerable is often misunderstood as weakness, a sign of fragility or exposure to harm. Yet, when we look deeper, we find that vulnerability is the very gateway to a kind of strength that is both rare and powerful. It is the courage to show ourselves as we are, to reveal our fears, our uncertainties, and our deepest emotions without the armor of pretense or defense. This paradox teaches us that true strength does not lie in hiding behind invulnerability or in erecting walls against pain. Instead, it emerges from the willingness to be open and authentic, to allow ourselves to be seen in our wholeness. When we embrace vulnerability, we are stepping into a space where real connection and genuine growth become possible. It takes immense courage to lower the barriers we build around our hearts, to risk rejection or misunderstanding, and yet it is in this very act that we find resilience and power. The strength born of vulnerability is not loud or forceful, it is quiet, steady, and deeply rooted. It is the strength that allows us to face life's challenges with honesty, to mourn our losses openly, and to celebrate our joys without shame. It is a strength that acknowledges pain rather than denying it, that accepts imperfections rather than hiding them. Through vulnerability, we gain access to a wellspring of empathy and compassion, not only for others but also for ourselves. This compassion becomes a source of renewal and healing, allowing wounds to mend and spirits to rise. Furthermore, vulnerability connects us in ways that superficial strength cannot. When we dare to be vulnerable, we invite others to do the same, creating bonds of trust and understanding that transcend words. These bonds become a network of support that reinforces our inner strength, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. It is in this shared vulnerability that we discover the collective courage to persevere and transform. Paradoxically, it is in surrendering to vulnerability that we become invincible, not because we become immune to hardship, but because we develop a strength that is flexible, adaptive, and deeply aligned with our true selves. This strength cannot be shaken by external forces because it is grounded in acceptance and authenticity. It transforms adversity into opportunity, pain into wisdom, and fear into courage. In embracing this paradox, we begin to understand that strength and vulnerability are not opposites but partners in the dance of life. To deny vulnerability is to deny a fundamental part of our humanity. To embrace it is to tap into a profound source of power. When we live from this place of integrated strength, we embody a truth that nothing external can unravel, for it is built upon the foundation of our genuine, unguarded selves. There exists an invisible thread that weaves through the fabric of human experience, a thread forged from genuine connection, woven with sincerity, trust, and shared understanding. This thread is unbreakable, not because it is tangible or seen, but because it is made of the very essence of what binds us beyond surface differences or fleeting encounters. When a connection is real, it transcends time, distance, and circumstance, becoming a silent force that holds people together in ways that logic alone cannot explain. This thread of connection often begins in the quiet moments when hearts meet without pretense, when vulnerability is met with acceptance, and when presence becomes more powerful than words. It is a recognition of another's truth that resonates with our own, creating a bond that is both delicate and enduring. Unlike connections based on convenience or superficial interaction, this thread grows stronger through challenge and strain. Like the fibers of a rope twisted tighter under pressure, genuine connection withstands trials, misunderstandings, and even separation. What makes this thread unbreakable is that it is woven from authenticity and shared humanity. It transcends the boundaries of time and space, holding memories and emotions that anchor us even when physical proximity is lost. In moments of loneliness or hardship, this connection offers solace and strength, a reminder that we are part of something greater than ourselves. It is a source of comfort to know that, though the world may shift and change, this invisible link remains, quietly sustaining us from afar. Moreover, this thread has the power to bridge differences that might otherwise divide us. It calls us beyond superficial judgments and barriers, inviting empathy and deeper understanding. When we recognize the shared experiences of joy, sorrow, hope, and fear in another person, the thread weaves us closer together, revealing a common ground beneath the surface. It is in this space that compassion flourishes, dissolving isolation and fostering unity. In some ways, this unbreakable thread is a reflection of the collective unconscious, a shared well of meaning and connection that underlies individual experience. It reminds us that we are never truly alone, that our lives are intertwined with countless others in an intricate, living web. This awareness can be both humbling and empowering, giving us courage to face life's uncertainties with the knowledge that we are supported by invisible hands and hearts. Ultimately, the unbreakable thread of connection sustains the human spirit. It is the quiet force that allows love to endure beyond words, friendships to survive distance, and communities to thrive despite adversity. It is woven through acts of kindness, moments of shared silence, and the simple presence of being seen and understood. When this connection is real, nothing can sever it, for it is built not on circumstance but on the deep, unyielding fabric of genuine human bond.